everyone. So what I have here right now is a bar that goes from C3 to C2 to C1 to C0, and it's just going up on the scale. It goes from C3 to C5 and then back down to C0, or I'm sorry, C8, and then back down to C0. So with this bar, I have basically Parsec loaded up, and I don't own Parsec, but I guess you can say I'm demoing it, and I'm just trying it. But all the sounds that I found in Parsec are really rich. So what I'm doing is I'm making a bar and I'm just exporting out what I hear. I'm sorry, but the audio should not sound like that at all. It sounds very, I don't know, there's something wrong with it. Anyways, this usually happens quite a bit, but I kind of like the sounds in this, so I'm going to export just this bar. I'm going to solo it, and I'm going to go to export loop. I want to call this minor bass, and I'm going to put it in my bass folder and just sample it. While it's sampling, I'm going to tell you and show you what we're going to be doing next. I'm going to take this sample, and it's a sample from Parsec. I want to import it to Ableton Live Simpler and show you how easy it is to, well, we're basically cheating the system because we don't actually own Parsec, but we're using Parsec's instruments and sounds when resampling into Ableton Live. I'm going to save that real quick. I'm going to exit, and then I'm going to show you how to, well, basically resample a resample. So I'm going to go to my Ableton. I'm going to make sure that the light is off on Reason, because it'll rewire, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to teach you some rewiring because Ableton has to launch first. But when Reason launches, Ableton ignores Reason and says, I'm not going to be that bitch. I'm not going to be a slave. I want to be the master. It's kind of funny because that's actually audio terminology. The master is the one that controls everything while the slave just follows along. Anyways, I'm going to go to my MIDI, instrument simpler, drag it on a MIDI track. I want to throw down a basic beat that I have on a MIDI track to convert it to audio. I just loop it and go to my stuff that's recorded. And so since that was in bass, I called it minor bass. And let me switch these real quick. Alright, so now let's see. That's our sample from Parsec. Just and the reasons why I resample it is I'm playing with C2, that's C1 I think. This is C3, C4, so I'm gonna mess with C3 for now. Those little large blotches are chords. And they go even farther down the spectrum line. So I'm just gonna take my C3. That is C4. Where's C3? There we go. And that's how to basically cheat your way out of buying Parsec. But if you want to make your own sounds and instruments, that's why buying Parsec is such a big deal. But I just want to show you how to kind of cheat your way out of the system. So I'll check you guys out in another video where we will be discussing minor blocks.